Hello and welcome everyone back to a brand new season of MotoGP 22 But now we are finally into the premier class of MotoGP and we have a few surprises, as you can tell by the title of this video and the thumbnail. There has been some rider transfers. We have rider transfers in MotoGP 22, but before we get there we're going to go to my stats and you will notice there is a lot less races. We're doing a shortened season for season 3. Now it is randomized, so I don't actually get to select where we go or what tracks we go to, but some tracks are missing off the calendar. It is a lot shorter. It's only about a 17 race season, so we should get through it quite quickly, but we are going to get into the standings any second now, and we're going to go through them one by one. Some of you will already have a spot him. So the factory Yamaha team is Fabio Quartararo and Frankie Morbidelli. The factory Ducati team, Francesco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin. The Spaniard makes a jump onto the red Bologna Bullet. The Suzuki team, Joan Zarco replaces Jean Mir. Alex Rins retains his seat on the Japanese manufacturer's C2. Repsol Honda have a new Spaniard. They have Marc Marquez and Jean Mir. Another really strong outfit there. KTM, Red Bull KTM, Brad Binder, Jack Miller. Next up, we have the Aprilia's unchanged Aleix Espargaro and Maverick Vinales. Next up, we have Pramac Ducati with Pole Espargaro and A. Bastianini, 2 riders into that team for this year. Then we have Davi and Darren Binder on the R&F Yamaha. Take Nakagami on the one half of the LCR Honda. On the other side, Miguel Oliveira. Rider transfers throughout the field. Alex Marquez on a Ducati, replacing Bastianini in the Gresini team. Fabio Di Gianantonio holds a seat. Remy Gardner, Raul Fernandez, Luca Marini, Marco Bezzecchi, and me. So what do you think of that for some rider transfers? It is massively going to change up this championship. We have so many different riders on so many different bikes. It will be so good to see how this championship plays out. And slightly shorter championship as well. It's going to be crucial we start well. But after all that rambling, we do have some pre-season to get into. So let's jump over to the pre-season tests at Sepang. So we have 3 packs. We have pack 1, pack 2, pack 3. So basically, you can see on the right, engine and frame. So one gives you better power, one better consumption, one better reactivity, one better tire consumption. I am not going to ride this bike. I'm going to randomly select it, and that will be my bike for the season. We're not going to do any testing. So we have a random number generator on site right next to me here, and it is number 2. Ooh, which is probably the best of the bad bunch, really. It's better fuel consumption, so we're slightly underpowered, but we'll also have a better frame. To be honest, that's probably what I would have picked anyway, so that is a big win for me, leaving it up to the hand of the god. So we're not going to do any pre-season because I like a challenge. We won't know what this bike is like until we get down to Qatar for round 1. I am going to go to track just to show off the beautiful carbon livery. Look at this beautiful machine. Blacked out Castrol HRC full factory. Look at that carbon. Look at that guy on it. Can we make it 3 championships in 3 years in the GP class? It's time to begin our attempt at the title. This is our first outing of the MotoGP season. Our first time on the bike in FP2. It is a bit quicker than a Moto2 bike. We have the racing line on. I presume that's just for the practice program, which is very annoying that you have to have a racing line on. This bike does not feel good. It feels heavy, lethargic. It does not want to turn. At this rate, it's going to be a long season on this bike. It feels so lethargic, and this is the better reactivity, so this should be a better bike than what we had in Qatar. Surprisingly, we're only a 10th off in sector 1. Not too bad, considering how poor the bike feels. Again, just so lethargic and changing the direction. Oh, touch the curb there, that was not ideal. Also gonna have to get used to using the rear right height device. Getting that nailed will be very good this season. See, drop a couple of tenths there again in that sector, not surprisingly, considering I touched the curb and lost a bit of time there. I wonder how long it will take for our first pole position, our first race win, our first podium even. Does not feel good, this bike so far. It'll need to be developed, it'll need to be made my own, like the Moto 3 bike and like the Moto 2 bike. And no doubt we will get it there eventually, but it's going to take hard work. We're nearly a second off of a late Espargaro. We have work to do with this Honda. The understeer and just the overall corner entry just feels horrific. What is the lap time going to be? Into the final corner, we've absolutely cheesed it. And we've run on, so we're not even going to complete our first lap. We have so much work to do to this machine. So at the end of free practice, it is Pecco starting off the season with a point to prove, beating last year to the title to the man in P3, Fabio Quartararo. Pecco is definitely coming out swinging at round 1 for this title. Maverick Vinales is showing Aprilia is definitely one of the teams to beat this year in P2, and the reigning champ Fabio Quartararo rounding out the top 3. Johann Zarco on the move to Suzuki, showing some serious pace in opening free practice. Mir taking to the Honda like a duck to water. Also Miguel Oliveira looking quite strong early in the championship. Now, fortunately, I am in P18. Not the worst of the rookies, but just slightly ahead of my vastly more experienced teammate. So overall, it'll be interesting. Mark is way off the pace down here with the back markers, you could say. It'll be interesting to see how his season progresses as we get into some of his more favourite tracks. So we are, of course, gone into Q1. It'll be interesting to see if we can make it out. It's unlikely, considering how fast we'll have to be. But we are on softs. It's our first time all weekend really pushing the bike. But it'll be interesting. How far off am I in qualifying trim compared to race trim? Soft tires in. The bike still feels very heavy. We're going to have to dial that out with development and, of course, setting it up right. But for now, this weekend is just a learning curve. Just getting up to speed of the bike, learning where it's strong, where it's weak, and what I want to improve as the season goes on. Pretty average sector 1, but it looks to be the fastest because no one else has set a time. So we could be going to provisional pole position very early here in this session, even though no one else has done a lap time. Doesn't want to stop in there though. We have changed the brakes for this session. They maybe help with a bit of inertia and a bit of rotation of the bike in the corner, but it doesn't look to be helping with braking, of course. And we are chasing, I believe, Takanakami in the distance there. Again, it's saying we're red because we're the only bike going through the splits now on a live lap by the look of it. Late apex through turn 10. Just missed that massively. Traction holding me back so much through here. We're going to turn down and spin it. Don't know if that was wise or not. This fast right's just so difficult to get right. Oh, touching the inside curb was not smart there. Again, massively wide through turn 13. Ultimate corner time. Bit of a skip on entry there. Bike's not behaving. Struggled with this corner all weekend. Can't get it stopped into it this time. It looks like we got it pretty good. Good run out in the final corner. What's this lap going to be? We're still no that's a set lap. Going to be a 52.8, so it's by far my fastest lap of the weekend. But I don't reckon that'll be good enough to get me through. So unfortunately it wasn't good enough. We would have needed a 52 dead 8/10 quicker than what we could have done. It was Enea Bastianini on his newly upgraded Ducati to the Pramac squad alongside Alex Marquez, the rookie on the bike. Zarco unfortunately didn't make it into Q2 after showing good promise through the early weekend. Same goes for Mir and Miguel Oliveira. We are down in P11, which is P21 on the grid. We are P21 of P25. All Hondas but Marc Marquez in the drop zone in Q1, unfortunately. So it's going to be a tough season again for the Hondas by the look of it. So we have gone with a medium. Marc Marquez sticking his hand on the front row. So it looks like there could be at least some small bit of one lap pace from the Hondas this year. Me and Mir all the way back towards the back end of the grid, along with our full factory teammate of Mir and Oliveira. Now, it'll be interesting to see what this opening race this season is. It's clear that the AI still can't take a turn on their own in the warm-up lap. Look at that, that is so ridiculous. But it'll be interesting to see if I have any pace in the race. Is it one lap pace I struggle with? Do I have great race pace? We'll have to wait and see. Right then, here we go. Season starts now. What can we do off the line? It's a very average initial launch. Oh, we touched the back of Zeki. That was not ideal. Yeah, I brake quite early. We're going to take advantage of that by slipping up the inside. Oh, Mir on the Honda tie in the back of me. Last day. Oh my god, Marbella just collided through. There's a big crash for the back. Already we're under on fuel. Just been passed around the outside. No, we actually... Whoa, something's wrong with the eye here. They're going ridiculously slow. Why are they going so slowly? Oh, we've tacked the back of Barbinder as well. We've got right up into the top 10 nice and early here. See what we can do on pace. It's good to see. This is our first proper long run as well. What's the bike like on tyres? Wonder as well, will the I have massive advantage on corner exit like they do in Moto 2 with all the horsepower advantage they usually had? They look pretty slow maybe some parts of the track, but it looks like they've picked up their pace now again. Following Binder pretty closely. Oh, they have much better traction control systems. This Honda's very agricultural with the traction. It's cutting so much power. But we're sticking with the South African quite well. We're causing a bit of a gap to Maverick Vinales. Oh, shouldn't have turned in on that car, that was risky. Slightly longer races now again that we're into the GP class. We decide to go for the move up the inside of Binder, but we don't get it stopped. Engage the right height device just to get us a good drive out. Trying to pick up small with a slipstream. Whoa, he's going so slowly. What is going on with the eye? What's with their top speed? Oh, that's annoying because that's going to ruin this race now because I'm going to blast past him every time we get to turn 1. We get duffed up by Alex Marquez. Oh, he's a look back at us. He's like, who's after signing for that team and that bike? I couldn't ride it. Best of luck with that one. Oh, bit of understeer through there. They look okay in the rest of the track with the high speed stuff. They look like they just kind of roll off for some reason. Milestone AI being absolutely phenomenal once again. Oh, got in hot there. I had to sit it up just not to attack the back of Alex Marquez. Or Spagaro on his Ducati makes his way up my inside after that mistake. We had a look, but we weren't close enough that time. Oh, front end tucked big time there and put me onto the grass. It's a weird one. So through the rest of the lap we're pretty okay. It's on the straight. We have such a big advantage, which is annoying. Bike isn't feeling too bad in race trim. The extra bit of weight and mass that we have that's kind of annoying over one lap is kind of helping the race, making the bike a bit more steady. I would say it's predictable, but it's clearly not when it just put me on the grass a minute ago. Good run here on Jorge Martin. Could we do him into the last, or not Jorge Martin, Paul Espargaro. We do him into the final corner. Again, it runs wide. He goes back for the move, in fairness to him. Are they going to have a massive speed disadvantage again? Doesn't look like so. Yeah, it is. There it goes. They just hit a wall for some reason. We're right up again to Alex Marquez, so that's very annoying that they have this weird speed glitch. 59.9 is the quickest lap. That was a second slower than I went in qualifying, so that's clearly wrong. So there definitely is something wrong with the eye in this race. Oh, it took big risk there taking curb. Feel the front bouncing about. Even with the eye not acting at normal levels, I'm still struggling to stay with them in some parts of this track. See, Paul is right on me again. Oh, big crash in his Bastianini. Oh, on his Pramac debut. Oh, we've got last corner all wrong. Oh, that's terrible luck and timing. Jump back on track just in front of his teammate. We've lost a gap now to Alex Marquez. Will we have pace? We have a pretty good amount of fuel left to burn, so we should be able to push on a bit and see can we get up to the back of him. But my pace isn't amazing. But P6 at the moment is pretty damn good considering where we qualified. Oh, front end pushing, rear end pushing. Gonna risk going slightly lower tracks and see can I get some more speed out of it. Or will I just cook my tyre? I'll have to see how this lap goes for me now. Currently it's working, but I did have the extra power on the straight that I was using, that I've been saving for overtakes and stuff. Looks to be working. Just wonder how long it will last. Will it kill the rear tyre doing it like this? Getting better. Jorge Martin is in the lead ahead of Marc Marquez and Aleix Espargaro on the Aprilia, so that looks like a pretty fast trio of riders out front. Definitely is working better through here. Doesn't hold back as much. Don't reckon we have pace to catch up to Alex Marquez and Fabio Quartararo. That is the battle for the podium I see ahead of me, I just realised. Oh, that might give me extra motivation. Jesus Christ, the front end was gone. Oh, that was such a big save on my knee there. Just touched the curb, killed every inch of grip I had at the front of the bike. Coming on out to start lap 7 of 8. We are 2.1 back from Alex Marquez. Fast lap of the race goes to moi, so we are gaining. Will it be enough? I do not know. Gain a bit on the straight again. I have to be careful, look, because this is a brilliant debut to be P6, so I don't want to throw this one away. We're not really in trouble from behind. We're in trouble with the curbs, alright, but that's nothing I can do with that. Yeah, I'm struggling now to get it turned. Can't get stopped. Going in deep in a lot of places where it shouldn't be. Just there and all, but I don't have anything to bridge the gap with. This Honda is on its ragged edge here. I'd love to know how Marquez is getting on up in P2. Oh, it's Fabio Quartararo. Oh, the championship. Well, the previous year's world champion has just been in Qatar. What a dreadful start to his championship title hope, starting in Qatar, and he's dropped back as far as P7. We've had an almighty full moment. How the hell did I say that? That's the warning sign we need. Let's back it off now. Let's see, can we bring P5 home? Something wrong with my bike here completely. I cannot get the bike stopped or turned. I don't know if it cooked the rear tyre, but it just doesn't turn now. I'm going to put the traction up for the final lap and try and defend P5. Again though, it's just gone straight on. Ducati time. They're going to push me. Then they just brake there for no reason. That might give me an advantage for the rest of the lap. Jorge Martin has taken back his fastest lap. We're deep. Pole is there. Pole will want a top 5 on his debut for the Ducati squad. Oh, I have so little exit speed. Look at the way he's leaping out of the corner. I reckon he smells blood, and I don't blame him. This will be a tense last lap. He's right there. Oh, I touched the car that killed me. Corner speed. I'm gonna go defensive. It's all with the exit out of here. Use a small bit more fuel. That's just about good enough. Binder is always coming into the fold in the last couple of laps. He's in P8. If anything happens between us, he would gladly take P5 home. Oh my god, Jorge Martinez just crashed on the final lap. It's going to be Marc Marquez who's going to win it. This has been such a dramatic opening round to the season. Oh, they have so much more grip than I do. Oh, he's trying around the outside. He's not going to do it there. Oh, turn, Honda, turn. How can one Honda be winning it now this slow? Just need to get the last corner right and get the run to the line. I'm gonna brake deep. I'm gonna have to try and brake late enough that I can't get past. It looks like I've done it. Oh, we are really low on fuel. Thankfully it's the run to the line. I think we've done it. Has Binder squared off Fabio Quartararo? I do not know, but we're gonna come home P5 in our GP debut after being P nowhere in qualifying. Marc Marquez back from injury, back with a bang. Going nowhere in practice, puts it on the front run qualifying in true Marc Marquez style and comes home with the victory in Qatar. Track that he doesn't go well at, that is a sign of what we're up against this year. And the worst part, he's on the same bike as me, so if that's how much quicker he's going than me, even though I have a faster lap time than him, so maybe he was just consistent. I had a couple of bad laps as well in the middle of that race. So my bike seems very, very thirsty compared to, I don't know what Mark's consumption was, but I was very struggling for fuel considering I used most of the fuel up in the last couple of laps there. But nearly 10 seconds off the win, so we have some work to do to close that gap, but our one lap pace in the race doesn't seem too bad. We were one of the fastest bikes out there, but what a disaster for Jorge Martin to throw away probably a guaranteed victory. He ends up bringing home in P2 alongside Aleix Espargaro to round off the podium. Shout out for Alex Marquez on his first ride for Ducati up in P4. That was an interesting race one, and I'm really, really happy how that went. So everyone, I am going to leave it there for episode 1 of the new season. I hope you have enjoyed. It's going to be a mega season with all the rider transfers, the new riders on different bikes, everything going on. The lack of development my Honda has, how far back we're at the moment. It's going to be a tough season, but I hope you'll stick with it and stick with us for the season, because I reckon towards the end of the season we could pretty be quick. We might be chasing certain Marc Marquez to the title on equal equipment. How crazy would that be? But just before we end it, just a massive, massive thank you to Biker Gaming. You all probably know him at this point, a good friend of mine, for putting together this mod to allow me to have certain riders on certain bikes. Everything in this mod you see is done by him, so massive thank you as always to him. His work is brilliant and allows us just to have slightly different career modes, something a bit more unique, and keeps it fresh. But I'm going to leave it there for today's. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to see more. I shall catch you all for the next episode very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.